Welcome, all my spooky friends. And I know it's been a while. Things, life, the wonderfulness of it all. So we're here to, with my wonderful husband, what are we going to talk about, my dear?
We want to tackle today, and I was interested in it. It's let's start first with these ghost hunters, right?
Uh-oh.
These ghost hunters
Yes, dear.
coming to people's houses, trying to find some evidence that there's something there, and even under the premise like, we can help you.
Right.
And even the premise to the ghost that they can help the ghost.
Right.
And I really don't know what they're thinking, because if they can't even make contact to this ghost, how are they ever gonna help him? Do they even know what it looks like on the other side of the world?
I don't think anybody knows what it looks like on the other side of the world.
Well, I think you had a little bit more grasp on it. Because I can remember one time you had somebody,
Yes.
and that was a lost spirit.
Yeah, it was the two Civil War soldiers that didn't even know the one was there because the other one was so angry. And the way I was able to move him along was he was so frantic about his family. And I said, your family's waiting for you. You just have to calm down and look for them. Listen, just calm down. And finally, after, I promise you will hear them, you will see them. You've just got to trust me. And, well, he found them and off he went. Of course, I had the crazy one stick with me.
Yeah. So it's not like in the movies. In the
No.
movies where they say, you see the light? If you see the light, go to the light.
My thing is, how do we even know there's a light?
Right. Well, that's because a lot of people who had near death or death experiences
Say,
say that they see a light.
right? But when you stop
See-
breathing, if you stop breathing,
Right.
my thing is you start, even with your eyes closed, you start to see stars
Right.
because your brain's losing oxygen. Weird things are going on.
That's correct.
All
Because
on-
that's why it's like in boxing, lights out, right?
Right.
I mean, but
Lights out.
you see that flash of light, and then all of a sudden,
Right.
yeah, not there anymore.
Count of 10 and game's over. Yeah, I don't like to, because nobody truly knows. I don't like to even mention go to the light, because that's a ridiculous term. Because what if who I'm communicating with goes, what light? Are you crazy? I don't like to use that term. I don't coin that term. I try and use family member, somebody that's close to them that has passed, to help them move on, because I find that so much easier once you calm them down and say, look for your family, they're there, they're waiting for you, is so much better than go to the light. What, the light on my nightstand?
No, I know what light they have to go to, right? It's those little lights on these little gadgets that these investigators take with them and say, like,
The K2 meters.
Yeah, can you punch this light? Let's see if you can punch this light.
Yeah. I'm just iffy about the go to the light thing. But that's just me. That's how I operate. Other people are different. Other people can say and feel other things, and that's perfectly okay because we are talking about paranormal. We don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows Bigfoot.
Well, they do have a little bit more information about the afterlife. Because I know they ran a test with 3 mediums.
Yes.
And they ran that test by seeing how the conversation was between the medium and their
Yeah.
so-called favorite ghost.
Yeah, because the scientists, what they did, so-called favorite ghost, it's a spirit guide.
The spirit guide. Yeah. Sorry.
So, what they wanted out of this is if they've got a spirit guide that can help them traverse this weird, unnatural world, they've got to be able to predict the past, the present, and the future. And I think all their years doing it, they came up with 2 candidates, and one was she was extremely strong. Her name has failed me, but she was extremely strong. She had a very good, trusting spirit guide, and she was able to predict the past, the present, and the future on continents that she wasn't even on.
Right. But one of those questions was also for these spirit guides to describe the afterlife.
Well, you delved into it more than I did.
I did, but I haven't seen anything that says what these spirit guides, because it's a kind of hush hush experiment that I did.
Right.
It's not really out there, and I think we should contact first one of the professors who did that.
Well, we don't even know because this was like 1800s.
I know.
They're dead.
Well, somebody has that information, right?
I'm not going to go searching for this dead professor.
But
so we're getting off topic. So
it is like there is more information about it, but on the other hand, it's like these guys that go in, the ghost hunters, are running blind.
Yes.
If you don't have a sensitive person with you, you're running blind. You're
Yes.
running blind somewhere with your gadgets, right?
Yes.
Waiting for an answer, don't even know who's answering you,
Yes.
right? You gotta ask for names and whatever, which is a kind of well, let's say that again, a weird conversation to have with somebody you never met. But that promise that they do of I can help you. What
it is people will start getting messages on their spirit boxes, and or even their digital recorder. Help me, save me, help me, save me, and you don't even know what's asking you to help them and save them, because that's a lure to pull you in even more. And do I agree with their tactics of saying, I will help you, let me know, tell me what you need, or they're promising the person whose home is haunted and they're having activities, will help you, and then go, this is too much for me, sorry, out of here. And now what you've done is just created this massive chaos in the house. Whether people live there or not, you've created massive chaos. And the person, if there is an intelligent person that is honestly asking for help, you have just, you've toyed with them and you've toyed with them, and now they're like, okay, this sucks.
The force has awakened.
The force is awake. Well, but it's true. A lot of these people that don't know what they're doing, and they just want to go in there and go, okay, this house is haunted. Then you're doing nothing. All you're doing is, once you walk out that door and that family's there, now you've left them in chaos. Things are riled up now. You've pushed buttons. You provoked. You've done dumb things that just don't make sense, and now the family has to pay for it.
Right.
And it's wrong. It's wrong. Don't ever, please don't ever, if you hear help me, save me, please don't ever say I'll help you and I'll save you unless you know how to do it. And even knowing how to do it, there can be circumstances to that. I mean, like with me, I didn't even know there was a second spirit in my house. And when I finally was able to push screaming man out of my face, I realized there was a soldier there, kind of like lost and not knowing what to do and not trusting me in the beginning. But I promised him, you will see them. They are waiting for you. They are just as worried about you, which I did towards the end pick up on that. But you don't know if the person that's asking for help is being, held back by a negative, how would I say, a negative spirit. Because I'm sorry, I'm going to drill this in everybody's head. There's not demons everywhere. I promise you there's not demons everywhere. Are there demons? Yes, there's demons. But there can just be some mean, nasty people in this world.
Right.
Mean, nasty people attach themselves even in the afterlife to other spirits.
Right.
So, the only group I've really seen them, I mean, and they really got it packed down, is the Foreman brothers. And they've been doing this probably almost 20 years. And they do have a priest that will kind of help them and guide them. They have their holy water. They have all their sage and all that stuff. And what people don't know, and some may, some don't, but they will leave behind enough holy water for that family, enough sage, so that because anybody can bless a house. Anybody can do it. It's quite easy to bless a house, and it's also quite easy to push out. And the way they do it is they open the front door and they work from the back or the bottom, go up or go towards the front door. They do windows, they do portals or mirrors, because mirrors can be portals. And they firmly just say, you're not welcome here, in whatever religion you're comfortable with. They're Christians, so they say, in the name of Jesus Christ, you're not welcome here. Anybody can do that with angry, nasty spirits. Demonic spirits, sage ain't gonna do nothing to them. Elementals ain't gonna do nothing to them. But
right, because the thing is, and maybe most people don't understand that, because you can have something in your house. You gotta find out first what it is.
Right.
And that what it is doesn't always mean that it's a Christian ghost.
No.
It can. Think about the guys, the veterans that come back from the Middle
Oh.
East, and they can pick up something there. And if you're not a Muslim, you're not able to get that out of there.
So
It is not that like what I always hammer on is like you cannot go into another country and expect your English to help you with the spirits there, because that
especially
won't work.
spirits that are,
Older,
AD
right?
before Christ.
Right. What's the funny thing that I always, but
BC before Christ. My bad.
but I always take is like go to see Vlad in Romania.
Right.
And Vlad didn't speak English. I'm sorry. He never
No,
spoke English.
no,
He
no.
didn't even get out of Romania.
No,
So what are you expecting?
and I don't think English was spoken in that time.
No, not that kind of English.
No.
That's for sure. And that's my thing, right? I mean, if you see like a priest go after a spirit, right? He uses the Latin.
He uses Latin, but most priests also speak several languages, especially ones that practice exorcism, because you've got to know multiple languages.
Right.
Multiple. I mean, and even then, sometimes I've heard priests go, I have no idea what that one was, because you can't know all the languages. But Latin tends to.
But isn't that also the same that over here you cannot know that you could have like an elemental from the native time back here,
Yes.
and there's no way like somebody like you cannot get rid of an elemental.
Nobody can get rid of an elemental.
Yeah, well, you
And
can
depending on what kind. I mean, the things with the elementals is you have to bribe them with things that appease them. Plants, tobacco, food.
Whiskey.
No whiskey. No whiskey. We all know the reason for that one, but the thing is, so I watched a very interesting documentary, and these people bought a strip of land where they were able to build 4 houses, and it was supposed to be 1 for them and then 3 for their children. And something turned out where only one of the children lived in the house, one nobody ever lived in it, ever. And then they rented out the other one, which they were going through renters. And it turned out, long story short, they had a jinn. They didn't know what it was. They were, what is that? And so they said it's usually some kind of really nasty, well, in the Arabic countries, Middle East, it's considered a demon. I think a jinn is kind of like an elemental, but hopped up on drugs. And we're talking, drugs that keep you going, not ones that nod you out. And it was an interesting story. And what happened is everybody they brought in, it made it worse. It was extremely intelligent. It would write messages to the daughter. The daughter got very angry because they were living with her in-laws. They had a small child, and she got angry and screamed out, "You're not going to hurt my family." And it wrote a message on the window. She had pictures on the mirrors, bathroom mirrors, saying, "I have nothing against you. I won't hurt your family." course, that he didn't say, I'm not coming after you, your in-laws. They're tricky as well. For instance, she says, if my mother-in-law went to go sit down in a chair, she would have to look before planting her bottom down, because they have found knives, and I'm not talking about butter knives, we're talking steak knives, butcher knives, standing upright in the seat that she's about to sit down in. That's how nasty these are. And they could not find nobody to get rid of it. Somebody that was close to them, that was trying to help them out with finding answers, finally says, I'll take it. And it left with kind of a big boom. It didn't want to go, but he could. It was the atmosphere was getting bad, and he went with that person, and she says she's never heard from him since. She's tried to get a hold of him to see if he's okay. Mm-hmm. But that right there tells you there are different things out in the world, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can cause more. Even, let's just say you run across a demonic spirit. Lighting sage pisses it off. It don't like it. Yeah. Lighting sage is to clear negative energy. It clears all energy. Say you do your house, it cleans all negative energy, everything. It just wipes it clean. But demonic, they don't care. But I'm not worried about demonic because it's extremely rare. If you listen to demonologists, they're not busy. They're not working, full time with demonic cases. It's very rare. But it's, to me, very negligent to go in and promise help to either the people of the house or to a spirit asking for help, and then you walk out that door and you didn't do damn thing. That is wrong on so many levels. And I wish, and I understand on the same hand, I wish more teams out there took on people that are sensitive. But on the same hand, I understand why they don't.
Yeah, but the thing is, you go with a sensitive, you go to a house, you don't have to set all your stuff up, because your sensitive will already tell you if there's something there, yes or no.
Well, I heard one guy, he's an investigator, and he says, no matter where I go, I make sure that the one person on my team is my sensitive. And I think he has two. And he's like, I don't go, because what if I'm standing in a room in this big, gigantic building, and I'm just blabbing away thinking there's a spirit right here in front of me, and I'm talking, and then it's not there. It's in another part of the building. It doesn't want to talk. How about that? Mm-hmm. And he says, no, for me, having a sensitive is easier, because I know they tell me where to go. They tell me, okay, you got to back off. They'll tell me who it is, but the problem is people put too much pressure on people that are sensitive, because we only go by the information that's given to us from the other dimension, whatever. Mm-hmm. So yes, they can lie to you, they can misguide you. So you've got to have, like we were talking about, that medium who has such a very close relationship with her spirit guide, there would be no questions asked. Is this spirit lying to me? Her spirit guide would absolutely say yes or no. And the answer would be very much true. She's proven it hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times. She has proven her ability. But I just find it a disservice. Don't go in promising things that you can't back up. That's just not fair. And the person did say the last team that left, the activity increased immensely. So I can only imagine now, for the second time, what's going to happen.
Right. So if you have that problem, you can always send us an email.
It's an interesting thing. You have to be careful. You have to be strong. What people don't understand is you control the show. You control it. If you feel there is an attachment or something negative in your life, you have the power, you have the control, you have the wherewithal to say, no, you're not going to do this to me. I'm not going to go through this. If it's something in your house, you can say, take your rear end and out the door now. Go. You're not welcome anymore. Period. In the case. You have to be very firm in your conviction and saying you have to go. Otherwise, they're going to creep back in.
So, are you ready to share something personal?
Oh my God. Okay.
Let's talk about this weekend. Okay?
Yes, dear.
Can I set the scene first before we get to the to the thing?
More than welcome. Go for it.
Okay, so Friday my kid comes home. He has a laptop from school, and he said he didn't get his laptop home. He said his teacher took his laptop. My kid is in middle school, right? So it's one of his teachers. But so I said to him, are you sure you didn't get your laptop? And he was adamant. He was like, she took every kid's device.
Yep.
So
up and down.
See, I never take anything from one side, so I sent a nice email to the teacher and said, like, my kid told me you have his laptop in your possession. Is that true? And she a day later she sent me a message back, and the email was
no, never.
He had it in the class and he left with it. So, of course, I had to reprimand our little kid for his
lying.
Yeah. Right?
Yes.
And which made the kind of atmosphere in the house quite negative, right? Because normally we're quite loving, but don't lie to me, you have a problem. And we were just nicely sitting down in the bedroom, right? We had Netflix on, right? And what happened, honey?
What part do you want me to tell them happened? Okay, so I'm catching up on my videos, and well, I noticed my husband hop up and he's looking, and I pulled my earphone to the side and I was like, what is he doing, kid? We hear water. It just started out of nowhere, water. I was like, okay. I didn't know. I thought maybe the toilet was running or something. he had to catch it. I don't know, but he came back in the room. And what did you say, dear?
I said, do we have a visitor? Because something strange. Nobody had used that shower, and the water that was in the still in the tube from the shower, the hose,
From yesterday.
it started dripping out through the head of the shower. But you need to have pressure behind it to have it drip out. And there was nothing there. It was not a slow build up. It was drip, 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 drip. And then it stopped. Now, it sometimes happens right after you take a shower. It sometimes, these things happen. But nobody had taken a shower in the morning.
No, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
The shower was used yesterday, and...
Right.
So, what did I say to you?
So you just was a little bit quiet for a little bit, and then said, "Yep, we got a visitor." Now I don't know anything after that because I am not. I don't.
I told you
let me say I feel nothing.
You're dead as a doornail.
Yeah.
Earlier in the day, I was in the bedroom. Kid was still at school. He went upstairs. And so I was just sitting there, minding my own business. And the middle of my back, my shirt went boom. I was like, oh, no, 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 no. So I think it kind of got a little upset with me because I told it, I know you're not the little girl and you're playing games and you're not welcome in this house. And I don't think it took kindly to it. It didn't take kindly. It's innocent.
Yeah, but
I mean,
hasn't it been too long that we saged the house?
I sage the house not for spirits. I sage the house because
Negative
there is, the day the house was built, there was negative energy. The family that lived here originally fought horribly. The divorce lagged on for years. Then, we're not far from a university, and it was rented out to college kids doing drugs, partying. One girl being ripped out the front door with ATF, FBI, and the local police because of her drug dealing ways. So, for some reason, and on top of all the Civil War, we're 10 minutes away from one of the top 10s of the bloodiest battles of the Civil War. So it all was right in here. And I just think the negativeness, I have to sage. I can tell when it's time to sage is when me and my husband fight. And we don't fight.
Fight? Oh, wow.
Argue.
Yeah.
We start nitpicking. We nitpick.
Yeah.
And that's when I know, okay, I need to sage. And I think the last time I saged has been 5 years.
Yes. So I think it's...
But I don't sage for ghosts because or spirits, or whatever you want to call them, haints.
Something's creeping around here.
It's probably the dog.
Yeah.
I just tell them to go. I just wasn't forceful enough.
So
My bad, I was busy.
We're clear now.
We're clear.
Yeah, okay. That's all I needed to know before, pictures fall off the wall and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, that will never happen. No, no, I don't play that game. I mean, and guess what's coming up, dear?
Halloween?
Oh, Halloween's Eve.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel sorry for all you parents out there.
All new experiences for me.
It's not. Hang on. Stop it. I feel really bad for some of your parents out there that they're not, a lot of the kids aren't doing the trick or treating. Luckily, ours is, he's old enough now where I can say, hey, I'll buy you the biggest bag of candy and we can watch horror movies. Okay. So I don't have to worry about trick or treating, thank God. But it's interesting, you know, with the trick or treating, because it was a completely new thing for my husband. You know, when I lived in Holland, people, that, you know, you would always have like a front window. Usually it's like 3 panes, three window panes, and people would decorate their eaves. And remember the 2 neighbors that really got into the Halloween?
Correct.
But it's not a,
No,
you know,
it's not,
you don't
nothing like
it's
nothing.
very strange. You don't see kids dressed up, knocking on doors, giggling and laughing, and except on when? Except on when? Because there's a certain part of your country.
Yeah, there's like in the south there's some.
It's a religious holiday.
Religious holiday, like.
So it's kind of like trick or treating, but it's a religious holiday. It's not November, or it's not October. It's closer to Easter, isn't it? When they do this?
No.
No?
It's about this time.
Okay. I remember distinctly. Did we have, I don't think we had Derek yet. I think I was pregnant at the time. And we had Bruiser, and every night we went for walks. And I see these little kids, it's Halloween, and I see these little kids, and they're knocking on people's doors, yelling, trick or treat, which they're the only 2 kids. And so I'm standing there going, oh, isn't that cute? And this old man opens the door. And he goes, oh, hang on, I have some candy inside. Come on in. And I was like, no. And they go in, and the door shuts. And I'm going, no. We're staying right here. We're staying right here. I'm making sure those kids come out of the house. We're staying right here. And Ed's going, nothing's going to happen to them. Go ahead. What did you say?
Yeah, nothing's going to happen to them. No. Because no. We didn't.
That's because I was standing there.
Yeah.
No. That
we know exactly
me out.
where those people are. I mean, you gotta look where a large group of kids are, right? It's like in those neighborhoods, right? In like gymnastics or other kind of sports.
You're just dirty.
Or you know, yeah. But like
I drove him crazy because I was like, no, we're staying. No.
There's no reason to be scared of old people. That's doesn't make sense.
Little kids. That guy wasn't that old. He wasn't feeble. I refused to leave. I was like, you can just go on. I'll stay right here. I said, I want to see those little bodies walk out the door. And I think it was after, 5 minutes the kids came out. And you're like, I told you.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry. You know, lowly little American here. You know, I'm like, oh, no, you don't go into people's houses. No. That's what your parents tell you when you start getting older and trick-or-treating. Don't go into people's houses. Don't you do it. They weren't taught right. They went into that old man's house.
There's also a big difference in a country where the government knows where you live instead of a country where nobody knows where you live.
True.
Right? So,
True.
yeah.
So what else was there? So we talked about that and
What are you doing?
Halloween. I'm still working on several projects, interesting projects that I'm going to bring. Should I? No.
No.
I'm not gonna.
No.
Shh.
No? Shh. Shh. Don't say anything.
But I know you like one of them.
Nah.
So I hope all of you out there, which you'll hear from me again, because I'm working on, and I know I made a mistake in the last paranormal breaking news when I said it was number 4. It was number 3. I'm working on now number 4. So I'm working on number 4, and I'm going to bring you some good stuff.
Yes.
Yes. So you'll hear from me again this week, and maybe one more time, because I feel like pestering, and I love Halloween and the cold weather and all kinds of fun stuff. I get to go outside finally.
True.
I can't go out in the heat. So
No.
fall and winter and right at the beginning of spring are my times where I can get out and do stuff.
Anyways, we don't let you out much.
No.
It's not safe.
No.
We got to keep you safe here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you forgot to tell them.
No, I didn't forget to tell them anything. Stop.
You did. You forgot to tell them about the UPS truck.
No. So okay. This is a quickie one, okay?
Yes, and then we'll go.
But so I had something coming in by UPS, and that lovely woman there. Our shower and our bedroom are on the back side of the house. The UPS stops far in front of our house because we got a front yard first, and we got a driveway, and so it's
Go
not
down
really,
in our driveway.
No, they don't. So
I know.
they stood there. So I was waiting for that package, and I was just doing my stuff, and here comes out of the shower. Well, she's still in the shower.
I'm still in the shower.
You're still under the shower.
I'm under the shower. I am not done yet.
So this lovely wife of mine is under the shower and tells me I think the UPS truck is here. I said.
He thought I was crazy.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me let out the dog, and then I'll just walk around and see.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I walk out with the dog, and what's there? The UPS truck.
And what did you say?
How do you know?
No.
Yeah.
No. The UPS driver hadn't even gotten the package out.
No, he hasn't even got the package out. He was just still in the back of his truck. And you knew the UPS guy was there.
I'm handy sometimes.
See, that's kind of scary. That's scary. Right
That's
there.
scary.
Right. See?
I'm useful sometimes. It doesn't happen all the time. That doesn't happen all
If
the
my
time.
girlfriend is waiting right there in the front, you would know that too.
Yes, I would.
Yeah, I know. That's scary.
I would be like, you can have them.
I know.
And the kid too. They're
Oh.
free.
Uh-huh. We love you too, honey.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. That was it. Don't have to say
That
anything
is
more.
it.
Okay.
I want to say a big welcome to some followers on my Facebook page. I'm so excited and glad to have you, and I hope you love the content I put out. Please, you guys are more than welcome to post on there. You're more than welcome to If there's something you want to hear, a topic you want us to discuss, we're here to discuss it. It is very open and fluid, and we're just here. I don't like the stuffy. Yes, I'm a paranormal investigator. No, no. We're not stuffy. We like to have fun. We goof off. We poke fun of and have a good time. So please, your input would be great. Don't be scared. And if you're not comfortable doing that way, under my About tab, you can click and you can send me a direct message. Keep it totally personal. I understand and respect that. So, hey, if you guys have any ideas or anything you want to discuss that you're not sure about, whatnot, hey, we're here for you. We like having fun. I enjoy seeing new people join, because that means I'm doing something right. And I'm still a small channel. Happy to be a small channel. But yeah, we're enjoying ourselves, and there is a lot more to come now that the cooler weather's here and my body can tolerate it better, and we're going to have fun. So thank you to the new subs and old subs, new followers, old followers. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, because I enjoy doing this. I have fun doing this, and I hope you enjoyed as well. Have a very, very wicked and scary Halloween.